is ready.
Okay, here we go. Episode 100. We're up, baby. Let's go.
Woo!
So we got Sarah Chilton here, long time person, been on the podcast, I guess.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, been a while. James Chilton. Everyone knows you. You want to say?
Hi. I'm here again.
And then newcomer on the podcast, Jenny.
Hello.
So I don't really have a plan for any of this, like where we're going at, but
I'm just gonna wing it.
I was looking up something to do, like the 250 women's magazine questions to do. And
Specifically women's.
yeah, I don't know. I
Okay.
thought it'd be funny, like to get to know somebody better. But
The men's is less
Hit us.
detailed.
but
We'll ask you.
There's only 5 of those questions. Just kidding.
But after I read all the questions, it seemed more like really vague questions. It was like, what's your favorite music and why? So I didn't know if that would be too good of a content to produce or whatever.
Okay.
So, but anyway, we might could take a look at it.
All right, we can see where it goes.
Okay. But anyway, we got mimosas, which all
Yay!
salute me familia, baby.
Cheers.
So we got big things happening though, you know, drinking mimosas for James's cook-off party and Sarah's.
No, for Chris's birthday.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Birthday first.
Okay, so birthday and cook-off together.
Oh, all right, now.
There we go.
Hold on.
Cheers.
Okay.
Whoa.
Cool. All right, so like here's one of the questions. All right, so like, what would you say you're more of an extrovert or an introvert?
Oh,
I don't know. No, we're not. I was just saying like this is kind of like
You seemed like you wanted to answer with a.
I don't know.
Like,
I was
like-
thinking.
like, what are you thinking? Like, should we go through this or
Well, we can try
I
it.
see a couple interesting ones.
like if we could pass this around or just go through a couple instruments?
All right.
All right, or I could just lead and ask and it'd be on top. How about that?
Yeah, that works.
Instead of passing the computer around.
Okay.
I like
Okay.
that.
All right.
Well, Jenny, should you introduce yourself or anything?
Yeah, you should.
So everyone knows who Jenny is.
Hi, I'm Jenny Goodman. I am a Radford native, so born and raised in Radford. Super cool, never left. But I work for the city of Radford. I'm the director of communications for the city, and I have a 4.5-year-old daughter, Myers, who is
the
4
best.
going on 14, I think. Have a couple dogs who are awesome, Emmy and Madison, and they're best friends with Zeke. So especially Madison, she thinks he's her boyfriend. So
Okay.
yeah, is that good?
And-
You can find out more about me as we answer these questions.
And you're a CrossFitter. Say that.
Yes, and I
we got the
CrossFit.
tribe here.
And her Instagram handle is at.
I actually have no
Let's
idea.
do it.
I know. I was like, I'm blinking. Jenny Goodman.
I think it's that. Underscore.
I guess this is kind of like top and like kind of easy questions, and they go a little bit harder maybe. I didn't read
Alright.
all of them.
All right.
So we can start with the easy one.
All right. Give us it.
Okay,
Give us
softball.
it easy.
Softball.
Sarah's like into softball recently, so it'll be easy.
That's a
I
good
need to
question.
check the text
Is that a
score.
question?
Hope he's
What?
playing right now.
Oh,
Yeah, we can
I
talk
saw
about that.
was
What's up?
yesterday.
I ain't keeping up with softball. What's going on?
Oklahoma won.
Oh.
They won national
Called it.
championship. Yeah. Yep, they beat Texas twice.
Like
really.
crushed Texas.
Oh yeah, the first game was like, yeah, it was a lot too, a little. And then I don't remember the exact score, so
essentially
like
what they did was they scored more runs than the other team, and
And then they won,
Two
the match.
times.
They won
Yeah.
the match that way.
Texas went through multiple pitchers in the first inning, so it was like, oh gosh, not good. I didn't watch the second game because we drove to Stanton to go meet my brother and my parents for dinner because he's in town, so I didn't watch the second game. I just got on, looked at the score, and I was like, well, there it is.
Yeah.
Oklahoma won it.
No hook 'em horns. Go Cowboys, right?
I know. I mean, and really, I could care probably less about either of those teams, but I
You
don't
were
know.
invested from the beginning.
I was invested. I was really pulling for Texas.
Did
I
you
guess
see
it's
that
a little
cow?
I said.
Did you see that cow get loose in Oklahoma? Sorry.
What?
Are you
No.
talking about the one where they had
It was like running down the interstate?
yeah, they have like police
Oh,
on.
they put the police on horses.
Yeah.
They're like real cowboys.
The actual last one. Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry, that just reminded me of it.
Oh, that's okay.
I thought this was wild. Cow got loose on the interstate.
So there's nothing like that in like We Are Radford, like any cows getting loose and new one in
Oh,
like
sometimes
last
out
one.
on like Tyler, like right past Rock Road, they'll break out and get loose, but you'll see people just like running down the street trying to chase them. It's not quite as cool as
Okay.
real cowboys getting them back in.
That used to happen in my hometown all the time too. But just somebody in the truck would come get them and just kind of push them towards
Corral
that.
them
Back to
back.
the
Not really corral them, just like get back in there.
Yeah.
They would just follow.
My mom said the other day when I was called her and she's like, hey, anything going on? What's up? She's like, oh yeah, someone so-and-so's cow got loose. That's it. There's no other news.
That's
yeah.
it. The only
Did they get
update.
it back? Yep. All right, good talk.
Country life.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's hit some of these questions.
All right. Hit us.
All right. That's too easy for you two.
Oh, too easy.
What was the last thing y'all just read? I guess we can answer it too, but
Oh.
Rocky.
Well, I mean, I can look up the exact title. I just returned it to the library.
You don't remember the title?
No.
I read it so fast, I don't even remember the title.
Good?
No, it was okay. I gave it a 3-star.
Alright, so it's paying for
I
the
can
first ring.
start.
3-star.
Okay, Jenny, hit us.
I'll hit you with it. The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo.
So good.
So good.
So good.
And Sarah's read it, so we can give you a book review.
Okay.
So good.
What's it about?
I don't know if you guys would like it.
Probably not. It's about
about
a
shut down
Hollywood actress, and basically her life story. She hires like a magazine writer to write a biography of her life. So, and she goes through like all of the people she was married to, and you find out who her true love was, and all the nitty gritty details of her life. It's very good.
It was
very well
Based on
written.
a true-ish story? Oh, no.
No.
Okay.
I don't
Totally
think so.
fiction.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, right.
But yeah,
Seven's
very
a
good
lot.
book.
Yeah.
7 is a whole lot. Yes.
Hold on, I gotta fix that because he was like chewing on the frame.
Hey.
Robbie.
Having a little technical difficulties here. Right, just put it. I don't know.
Yeah, you should
Yeah,
fucking
that's a good
break
idea.
this.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, don't break that photo.
Yeah.
Well, got behind it. That was the problem.
I was trying not to.
Okay.
But I saw his teeth go right for the frame. I was like,
Oh, that's what. Yeah,
"Ooh."
was his ball under it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Okay, the last book I read was it was called The Fastest Way to Fall. And it was about this journalist who her and this other girl basically are both going for promotion, and they pick 2 different apps and like fitness apps, and so they talk about like their training, and yeah, can't really give a whole lot else.
Fitness
because-
training?
Yeah.
Like how it's.
Like how it progresses through using the app, like using the 2 different applications, and they have like coaches, like health coaches that go along with the
To
app.
essentially see how successful they were, rating based on using which app. Is that what you're saying? Or-
They wrote their story based on.
Yeah, like how they encountered the apps.
Oh, okay.
Like how I guess like supportive the app was and that kind of thing. I mean, it was a less like about that and more about like a love story. But I didn't want to completely
that was not
give it away.
the turn I was expecting. All right.
It wasn't a thriller.
Okay,
No, it
that's kind of
wasn't.
interesting. It's not a thriller.
I did
right?
not. No.
James?
I essentially asked her that every time when she's reading something. I was like, "Is it a thriller?" Then she says no, and I said, "All right, let's move along."
Next.
There's one time I probably said this story before. One time she's like, "Can you go get me my book?" And she didn't tell me the title or what it looked like. She's
I
like,
couldn't remember.
"It's a thriller." Like I had already read the book, and then I was supposed to figure out. Oh, okay, all right, yeah,
Well,
second one on the left.
which
I figured
book?
out,
Looking at the cover.
Right.
I guess she wanted me to like get the look of the, read the inside cover first, and then bring it out.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
I wanted you to figure it out. Okay, what book have you read, Lee? Last book you read?
The last book I read, when we were at the beach, I finished. Was it Grain Brain by Dr. Perlmutter? And that's I just give it to Chris too. So
Have you started it?
No. I'm still trying to finish Sacred Cow.
I read that one. That was
About
the last one I read
3/4.
before that.
I'm doing good.
Good.
Aw.
Proud of you guys.
How far are you?
About 3/4 of it.
Oh, okay, right, yeah.
They're into the whole environmental factor of it.
Oh, okay, like the environmental
Yeah.
impact or whatever. That's a good
Y'all
one.
know what it's about?
Not the same. There's
I
not a lot of
kinda do.
romance
Lots,
in those
lots
books.
of nonfiction.
Yeah, your book's
among
very
you two.
They're
different.
like sciencey.
Your book choices are different than ours.
Especially just talking about how meat is pretty beneficial as far as ethically, nutritionally, and environmentally.
Yeah, essentially they go through like the argument for and all they essentially any argument against they kind of address like all the pros and
They
cons.
address like vegetarian and vegans and.
I'm sure it's interesting.
It's pretty good. It's not like a super tough read either. It's
Oh yeah, you fly through it.
yeah.
But yeah. So for those who don't like meat and stuff, yeah.
Give it a listen.
You got at least
It's good. It's not like if you don't eat meat, you're
Yeah, they're not saying like let's eat meat 24/7 like you have to do it. They're just giving you the information.
yeah, you're not getting
And
like
then
voted
saying
off
like
the island or anything.
how other studies have been. James, you might have to correct me on this one. Like what's the word I'm looking for?
They use like
You,
statistics.
they take advantage of
They like misuse statistics.
There you go.
So like they'll say like, so and so developed cancer because they ate meat. We're like, well, that doesn't really take into account that they were also the meat they were eating was hot dogs and they were
Right.
smoking at the same time. And they were
that's right.
taking like
Right.
all this other stuff. Anyways, so they're like, they use them. The example they use is like they correlate like drowning deaths like in swimming pools to when Nicolas Cage movies are on like in theaters, and they're like, oh, the drowning
I forgot about that.
yeah, like drowning deaths are up when Nicolas Cage movies are out. But you could say like, all right, well, that doesn't really make sense because they're essentially using the same like, hey, this is the cause, or like I think I texted him one time saying it's like, hey, I own a Ferrari, therefore I'm a race car driver. Like just because you have it, but it doesn't necessarily mean one-on-one. So not that I'll ever do that either.
You never know.
So what was the last book you read, Chris?
That's what I'm reading now, and that David.
But you haven't finished it yet.
What was the one?
What's the last
what was the one you
Oh,
finished?
the one I finished?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. How to Influence Friends and When.
Oh, yeah, it's a
yeah,
good
Seven
one.
Influence. Yeah, that's the last one.
Dale Carnegie,
Yeah,
right?
It's an old book.
Yeah.
Really good one.
It's pretty good.
You read that.
I've read it, yeah. I think I've gone through once, 1.5 times.
Oh, really?
Like I started rereading it again because I think I read it like 5 years.
Getting all the
Well, like I
tips.
read it and then like 5 years later I picked it up and we skimmed through it.
And when I say read, audiobook.
Well, that's okay. I count
A lot
it.
of people have different opinions on
They
that,
do.
I've heard. So read. Bro.
I mean,
Still collecting that.
No, it's
Still.
still reading. It counts.
That's what I think.
Yeah,
you know?
you're
Well,
taking
people
But
like
do you
that.
prefer, like, what would be your preferred method of reading? Like listening or reading an actual book?
like comprehension wise, right? Like you feel like
Yeah, I do better listening because it's in my ears. Like,
Okay.
when I'm doing these two. And that, because if I'm by myself with I get too many distractions. Like
Yeah.
it's my ADD kicks in or something.
Yeah.
It's like start the 2 pages in, I start thinking about, I don't know what I did yesterday or something.
Right.
It's like, wait, what happened? Oh, shit.
Do y'all have to do? I mean, I do the same thing where like I have to like reread like a paragraph over and over because I feel like I forget it sometimes.
I
Do
do.
y'all ever have that in your books, like you guys? Or
Speed
If it's a
readers.
book I don't enjoy,
Yeah.
usually, like most of the time though, no. Like as long as I'm focused.
Yeah.
But yeah, if it's a book I don't like, I feel like I will spend the whole day
Right.
on the same page. Like
Every now and then,
Okay.
like if I'm reading right before I go to bed, like
Oh, yeah.
sometimes I might like have to reread that
you
like
get
last
tired,
paragraph.
right?
Yeah, like where I'm like, oh, I finished this, but I'm like, what did I read?
didn't comprehend it.
Yeah.
Do you feel compelled to finish the book once you start it? Like even if you don't like
We've
it?
talked about that before.
Yes.
So you
Yeah.
feel like you have to finish it?
Unless it's like a
Unless
I would
it's
think
awful
this.
book.
horrible. Horrible.
Absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
What? So, is there an example of a book that you
I
remember
wouldn't
that
say
you're like, you know
horrible.
what? Bump this shit. I'm
Yeah.
done with it.
Yeah.
There was the something library book.
The Midnight
I could
Library.
not get into it.
Yeah.
And people think it's
People
great.
love it. It's
I just like couldn't get into it for
What was
whatever
it called again?
reason.
the Midnight Library.
Don't check that one out. Sorry. No.
No,
I'm just kidding.
no, it's pretty
You
good. I liked it a little bit, but I finished it. It was a book club book, so I was required. I feel
Required.
I feel obligated
You can
to
edit that
read. It was required. Obligated to read book club books just because
Sure.
like we're gonna sit around and talk about them. So and we always rate them. So to have a rating based off of like actually finishing the book, I feel like I have to do. I did not enjoy the Midnight Library, but I think it was one that got like an 8 on
Yeah.
a 10-point scale in my book club. Like,
People
everybody
love
loved
it. I could not get into it. And I'm usually like, if I start a book, I want to finish it. I want to give it a chance because who knows, maybe later it's going to like hook me and get good.
Yeah.
But that one I just like could not. I like feel like I got halfway in and I was just like, I'm still not hooked. I don't really, I'm going to return this.
That probably doesn't have that often for y'all, right? It's just
No.
every once in a while.
Our last book club book was the Anthropocene, I can't say the word, review by John Green. And it was like a series of short essays on basically like the human complex. And like each one, I think it would be a really great read to like read an essay with your cup of coffee in the morning kind of thing. But I felt like I had to speed read it because 3 of us bought the book together, and so we were like passing it.
yeah.
So I read it in like 2 days and got through it, and I didn't really enjoy it because I was just
That's
like,
impressive.
You
I
feel like
felt
you're
like
going
I
through
was
it,
just
yeah.
going through it really fast. But like each essay is about something different, and some of them were very beautifully written. Like one was just like about the sunset. One was about Canadian geese. So like, and how as humans we tend to miss certain things and like appreciate certain things. And like one was about air conditioning and having it and not having it. And it was everybody in our book club. Like most people really loved it. Actually, it was very polarizing. It was either you loved it or hated it. Like it was one of those like yes or no kind of things.
Not
but
like
I think,
yeah.
what
kinda
did you
like
say?
yeah. I did not. I think I gave it like a 6, so I was like right in the middle. So I didn't hate reading it, but I thought, like, my thought was literally if I sat down and could read it over the course of a couple weeks, like a couple essays every morning, it would have been really cool to, like, think on those essays and just, like, take it in versus feeling like I was just, like, speed reading essays about every little thing about life, so...
Do you like at the end of the year like review like, hey, do you guys pick like a book that you're like, wow, this is like a year in review type of thing or something like something like that?
We keep a log of all of them, so we've been having book club for like almost 4 years now.
Okay.
So, and like had some people leave and some new people.
Don't get contentious.
It gets really contentious. Sorry, Sarah, you're moving anyway. No, but we keep a log, and we've kept a log of every book that we've read over the course. And so, like, each month, the person who's hosting gets to pick the book. And so it's a different book each month, and we log it, and we, like, we'll say this was our highest rated, and this was our lowest rated.
That's cool, though.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool. We have, like, an actual paper journal with all of it.
Yeah, you did share.
I track my books on an app.
Goodreads?
Yep.
I know that.
And you can set a goal. So my goal for this year is to read 47 books.
You've crushed that, I'm sure.
I just finished 27. My 27th book.
So we're pretty much like right at the midpoint of the almost.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and you're over
I'm
halfway
ahead. Ahead of schedule. It tells me that.
We're June 11th. I mean, it's almost halfway through the year, pretty much. So
basically, it is.
Next week it is. It's like the halfway, right?
Wow.
Middle of summer.
Weird.
The 20.
No, summer hasn't started yet.
It has.
Pardon me. Middle of the year. Pardon me.
Technically.
When does it start?
The 21st.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, I wouldn't listen.
Yeah. The 21st.
The 21st.
21st for summer.
Chris, can you hear us?
Testing.
Summer solstice, longest day of the year, June 21st.
Oh, duh. Man, I'm fucking idiot now. I forgot all about that.
It's okay. We'll give you a pass.
Okay. That's something you remember on the 22nd. You're like, oh yeah, shit, that was that.
What was yesterday, huh?
Okay, moving on.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Oh, I like this one. All right. How old were you when you had your first celebrity crush, and who was it?
Oh my god.
I think I remember my first one, but I don't know how old I was.
Who was it?
Amy Jo Johnson, Power Rangers, Pink Ranger.
Wow.
That's very specific. I was not expecting that
that.
either. Huh.
Like I think it was like every kid that age. Look at it. When did the Power Rangers come out? I was probably like 12.
I don't know if I really had, like,
Right.
if I can pinpoint it.
Me either. Or
What-
even like
what-
specifically a I mean, like,
1993.
Dang, okay.
wow.
Boom. We don't even have to pinpoint it, but who? Do you remember who?
I mean, I would say I probably had a crush on Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
Like, you know, what girl didn't growing
Yeah.
up?
Yeah, just girls, right?
Oh, man.
But, I mean, like, I didn't have like a poster of him in my room.
No.
I didn't have a poster
I
of
didn't
anyone
have a
in my
poster of
room.
anyone.
You're
You
more
have
Justin.
like anybody? Like no posters whatsoever or anything like that? No? Okay.
I had a picture
Sorry.
of the beach.
I hate that damn ball. And I forgot that. I usually hide it.
Picture
I
of the
forgot
beach.
to hide it.
Do you want me to move it out of the room?
It's fine. Like, maybe you'll. Yeah, put it there.
It's so big. I love that he loves it so much.
Oh, he's gonna hide it.
Oh yeah, he likes to bury it and like try to eat it out. Like chews on stuff.
I'm gonna get this out. So, yeah, I don't know.
Were you more of a just NSYNC or Backstreet Boys?
Ooh, good question.
You know, I
Or
think
like
about
LFO.
Sarah was the Backstreet Boys for Halloween.
that. I was. I don't know. I think about that sometimes, and I'm like, I don't know if I could pick one that I like more than the other. Because I had
Both.
their CDs, you know,
Yeah. Yeah. That was Backstreet Boys.
and
all the
Britney
way.
Spears. Like, I had all those CDs.
Over Christina? You're a Britney over
Oh.
Christina?
Oh yeah, I was Britney over Christina for sure. I don't think I have any Christina CDs.
I had posters of like Michael Jordan and like Grant Hill and stuff like
Yeah.
that, but I was all sports posters and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
You didn't never see a girl on TV like, ooh.
Oh.
Something's going on with my pants.
my mom would be, my mom would be like, "You're not gonna have that poster. Sports is fine. You're good with that." And then you move on.
Oh shoot.
Okay. All right. Here's another one. When you were a kid, I guess even now, did you eat the crust on your sandwich or not?
I think so.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I didn't care.
But did you eat the heel of the?
Oh
Oh,
no,
right.
never eat the heel
What
of
do you
the
mean
bread.
heel? Oh, the front and back part.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't remember. I don't think so.
I didn't. Someone posted that recently,
No, yeah, no, don't eat the
like
heel.
asking if you eat it or not.
It's not bad, right?
I eat the
No.
crust. I don't.
It's just like a
I
little
don't eat
piece
the
of
heel.
bread that's crust. Like I
I-
mean, I don't mind the crust
guess
on
I've never
it in
really
my
cared.
sandwich, but I wouldn't.
Do
want a
you
whole-
go for when
I
you
feel-
open up a thing of bread? Do you go for the first? I mean, so minus the heel. You know, the heel, and then there's bread. Do you go for that first slice, or do you go for the middle?
The heel's not bread.
I go for the middle.
Me too.
I'm like, let's get
Go
the
in
soft
there
bread
and I'm
right here in the
like, take
middle.
the two from the middle,
Yep.
and then you
Work
scrunch it.
your- work your way
I feel like
out.
it would
Yeah.
it would make sense where like if you eat the heel, you just have the regular piece of bread down like down towards your tongue because that's where all your taste buds would be. Whereas in the roof of your mouth, they're not gonna have like
Oh.
that sensation. Some people are very texture,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So if it's you don't like the heel, if you put the heel like up to your
Like
or
where the
down
food
on your
is.
tongue, then you would be like, okay, I'm definitely eating the heel rather than
I guess my dad always ate the heel in my house, so
I think I always ate it or always eat
I
it.
didn't eat it.
Yeah.
I just chuck it.
I think it was just kind of. I don't remember.
She's like, I get rid of it.
I actually use
So
it.
very wasteful.
trash.
I actually hold my doors open like that. I just ship it under there just like a doorstop. It's
I
hard
let it
as
get real
shit.
hard.
We're a rye household. It's hard as shit. By the time we get done with that.
Did you cut your sandwiches in triangles or rectangles?
Down the middle.
I don't think I care. I think I
Yeah.
do it both ways.
It doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
Some people it totally does.
I don't think we ever. I don't think we
I
cut.
don't think I cared.
I don't think we cut at our house.
Just
You
ate the
never?
whole sandwich?
Ate
We
the
just
whole
two
thing?
hands get in there, dude.
Really?
No.
Even when you were a kid?
No, I don't think we ever cut.
We were cut it down the middle half.
Like if we made like a
I
a
think.
hoagie or something like that with like the big bread, we would cut it in half. But I don't think we were. I think they were just like.
Yeah, I think
Bread.
it was just depending on who made them. Because they would just automatically either cut it or just like, here you go.
yeah.
For me.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we ever cut until like someone was like, "Hey, can you please cut my bread?" And then I was like, "Okay, I guess I'll cut mine too."
All right, bang.
I love a good sandwich.
Me
though.
too. Especially during
Especially
the
in
summer.
yeah.
Like a ham
What-
sandwich?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that
With
big enough
a
too?
fresh tomato and lettuce on it.
Didn't you say that was the most popular ham? You
Yeah.
were talking about the
Yep,
other day. the
ham
most-
sandwich
ham
is the
sandwich?
most popular sandwich
Oh, yeah, that's right.
in the
I
United
figured it would be
States.
peanut butter and
Second
jelly. or
to
That's what I would
something like
guess.
that,
Knuckle sandwich, close
Knuckle
second.
We've determined. You heard it here
But the
first.
second choice is knuckle sandwich. You either get ham and cheese or you get punched in the mouth.
Did you go any of the weird ones? Like, was it banana and peanut, or tomato and peanut butter?
No.
Oh,
My
there's
dad.
banana and mayonnaise. People love
Seems
banana
like
and
I
Oh my god,
mayonnaise.
that sounds disgusting.
Yeah.
I'm not a big mayonnaise
I
person,
do
so that didn't
banana
sound
and
appealing.
peanut butter.
Yeah. With some
Wow.
honey.
Yeah.
Ooh.
My
That's
dad,
pretty
growing
good.
up, my dad would come home from work and he would have an open faced peanut butter sandwich with a slice of cheese on it.
No.
Yes.
An open face sandwich.
Peanut butter and then a slice of cheese.
What kind of cheese?
Well,
American.
I can see the honey
Really
because
not.
you're gonna have like the salty from the peanut butter and then the
Ooh,
sweet from the
He
honey.
did it every day. Every day
My
he'd
dad
have
used to
it.
do marshmallow fluff
Oh.
and then peanut butter and then jelly. So it was like
I mean,
Extra
that
sweet.
doesn't
That
sound
sounds
bad.
delicious. I bet that'd be good in a panini form too. Like you toast it
Yeah.
up a little bit.
Okay, coffee shop.
Make sure you get that, man.
I'm not gonna drop any hints, but seriously, yes.
If you guys want to try that, we'll order it.
If you could watch your worst enemy fail on one game show on TV, what would it be?
Oh gosh. I don't think I have a worse scene.
Would it be Wipeout just so you can see?
Oh, no, I was thinking Wipeout or like
I
American
could
Ninja
think-
Warrior.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
I mean,
Wipe out.
I feel like
Sarah would probably pick like
Survivor.
Survivor.
Peg.
I don't know.
What if they won?
Is that a game show?
Survivor?
Technically,
Survivor?
Yeah.
I think it's like, like a
think
reality
so.
game show, or is
What
that
about
is
like
that a
Deal
genre?
or No Deal? They get to that final briefcase full of lots of money. And they're
Price is Right and they get the
Then
worst
Then maybe they
showcase.
won't be your worst
Like,
enemy
One
anymore.
good showcase and they get the
They
worst
win.
one. You
Yeah.
get a warm chair.
Or would it feel better to be like they're like you know with the prices right, they're you know sitting in front and then they're like their bid is like let's say the item is $500 and they're
Yeah.
like, all right, my bid's gonna be $480 and then someone's like $481. And then, it's like they're like they didn't even get a chance. They're just like that's right. Go back to your seat. Don't get the run back up call crazy down. You know like everyone runs crazy down to the
Is the Price is Right still on?
Drew
Drew
Carey.
Carey.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke. You don't watch it?
No, I don't.
That was like the.
But I used
you're
to
sick.
love watching it when I was
Yeah.
homesick.
Yeah.
From school, it was
Yeah.
like
It was
my
like
most
Judge
favorite
Judy,
thing.
Price is Right, and then it'd be like Maury or
Maury.
like Jerry
Yeah.
or something like that. And it'd be like the ambulance chaser ads. Like, if you've been hurt in a car accident, call so and so. 555-5555.
Oh, can I ask a question? I got a random
to.
one. Nickelodeon or Disney growing up? Or
It
now,
was
or
Disney.
as an
It was
adult.
Disney for me.
We didn't have
I don't
had like
watch
basic,
one.
so we never got that. My grandparents had cable, so we do like Nickelodeon because we'd be Nick at Night and stuff like that when we were like over there for dinner and stuff. So I never did Disney.
Yeah.
I would say
Mickey Mouse
we
Club.
had.
Yeah. Your first crush didn't come from Mickey Mouse Club.
No, I don't remember anybody on Mickey Mouse Club.
Britney Spears was.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't probably
He
know
didn't
her
say
name.
that.
I don't remember knowing anyone's name on Mickey Mouse Club.
I mean, Justin Timberlake was different too.
Justin
Yeah.
Timberlake.
They were
working
doing
I
it
think
at the same
Justin
time.
Bieber and Selena Gomez were also on there in the older.
Really?
Yeah. Like
Huh.
as they got older. I could be
That
wrong.
makes sense.
Don't quote me on that.
Fact check.
Give it a
I would
good-
say probably Disney. I remember watching more Disney than I did Nickelodeon, I
I'm
think.
with you.
What was the favorite show on Disney? What was
Gummy bear. No wait. What were they called?
What?
What were they called? Fuck. They were bears.
Teletubbies.
Care Bears?
The Bears?
No, not Care
The Berenstain Bears? No. There's that Fraggle
I
Rock.
think it was like gummy bears.
Gummy Bears.
I don't
Yeah,
think-
Adventures of the Gummy Bears.
What?
I didn't watch that.
I never even heard of that.
Was that sponsored? Is that like you hike like the Harbo like ones? Is that where it started?
Oh.
No, they're the knockoff one.
I remember
Sponsored.
the
Please sponsor us.
Remember
Harbo,
the
if you're
Gummy
listening.
Bears? Theme song. Here we go.
Nope.
Hope this doesn't get blocked on YouTube.
No. I definitely didn't watch that.
I mean, I don't remember this theme
You-
song
you-
at all, but I kind of feel like I might have seen those. Maybe my brother watched this. I don't
It's
know.
interesting.
Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
Smart House.
Chip and
the
Dale.
movie.
I think that was like the one show that we
Yes.
on Disney. I think it was
Did
Chip
you
and
watch
Dale.
like PB and J?
Did you watch the new movie?
No.
On Disney Plus.
I watched that.
It's kind of cheesy, but it's good. Should
I
watch it.
remember. I don't know if I really remember watching this show, but I remember the theme song of like Out of the Box.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Out of the box.
What is that?
Out of the box.
I watched a lot of those game shows with the teenage kids on them too, like the Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Oh, that was like
What
one of
was
the
the
best
one
shows.
with the big mountain? It was like. It was on Nick.
Temple
I can't-
Run.
I think it was. I thought it was the Temple. Yeah.
Okay, it was like, and
They
you had
had
to
to,
do
like,
like
climb up and
Yeah.
climb up it, and like I always was like, it'd be so cool to be on one of these shows.
They brought it back for a little while. I thought, but I don't know. I don't know if it's still on.
How do we get on this conversation? Disney or Nickelodeon?
Disney.
Yeah,
Disney
sorry.
Nickelodeon.
Yep,
Yeah.
we got to Gummy Bears.
I can't believe nobody watches the Gummy Bears.
GUMMI.
We'll have to see if it's on Disney Plus.
Yeah, maybe
see if they
Myers will
brought
get
back.
into it.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that quality animation stuff.
yeah. She's like, no, thank
So
you.
when she was, well, I was gonna say when she's growing up, she's growing up now, right? But like, did you do like those old Disney movies that you watched? Like, did she like get into those, or was it just like the
Good
new
question.
wave of Disney ones, like the?
It
Like the
depends.
remakes?
Yeah, like with the like live animation or like live
Like,
people versus
yeah, like
animation.
did she like watch like Cinderella or like?
Yeah, she watches all the old stuff. So
Okay.
Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, Lion
Mulan?
King. I don't know if we've watched Mulan.
That might be too.
It's a little
Too much
maybe
right
now.
New Mulan
But-
or old Mulan?
Probably the old one.
But like some of the newer movies, like the newer Beauty and the Beast with like people in it and stuff,
okay.
like that's sort of scary for kids.
Yeah.
I
Because
think.
it's
like
more like live
You didn't
action,
watch that?
right?
yeah, but yeah,
Not the
she
new- I
likes
didn't
the
know there was a
old
real
stuff.
piece-
So
Yes, okay.
she doesn't
Yeah.
seem to complain
Hermione
about
from
it.
Harry Potter is
So.
in it.
I'm just curious. It's
I
like
have been back and forth on if I should try like the first Harry Potter. I'm like, at what age
Yeah.
do you get to let your brainwash your kids into being
you
obsessed with
think-
Harry Potter?
Do you think that showing stuff like that at a young age helps child development? Like they know how their stuff is now, and you can actually teach them rather than find out when they're older. Does that make sense? What I'm trying.
like exposing them earlier,
Yeah,
so they
exposing
have a
them
better
earlier.
grasp with them, something,
Yeah.
or
I guess like you get to teach them a little bit.
Yeah,
from
like-
it. I mean, like she watches Jurassic Park all the time, just the first one. Which I mean, it's the best one. But she watches the first one all the time and doesn't seem to be fazed by it right now. So, I mean, we just talk through it, and I tell her it's pretend, and that dinosaurs are extinct, and she'll ask questions and stuff, but she's a really inquisitive kid, too, so she asks lots of things.
I feel like that movie still holds up, by the way.
It does.
Compared to when it was 1996, I
Yeah.
think it was. Like,
Rocky, get your other ball. Rocky. Hey.
Nobody's paying attention to me.
I will
He's been looking
pay
at
attention to
me
me, or I will cause
constantly.
problems.
Yeah, but I was just wondering
Yeah.
that if you expose a child at a certain age, like to the stuff now, then they can actually grow up with it.
So like you could give her
understand it more.
like you're saying, you're giving her context rather
Yeah.
than
Yeah, just like,
rather than just,
I wouldn't just like turn it on and leave the
Sure.
room and like absent-mindedly let her watch it, but I think like, and there's certain ages too, if she doesn't understand it, she's not going to engage in
Right.
it anyway.
Oh gosh. Oh lord.
Got the ball.
Got it.
Sorry.
Yeah, so she's not going to engage or like actually want to watch the movie if it's not something
sure.
that she even sort of understands what's going on or is into. But yeah, I mean, we talk through a whole lot of things. So she asks a whole lot of questions.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's how I was raised. Like I was exposed to stuff really early, and I was kind of okay.
Yeah. Then you gotta sort of like pick.
Yeah,
your
and you can like
ways and
talk it
stuff.
out too, and like
Yeah.
kind of figure it out.
Yep.
I don't know. Any thoughts?
No.
I mean, I think it was like shows like The Simpsons and Family Guy. My mom was like, you should watch something better because it's like this like she's like, oh, it's trash TV.
Yeah.
But like I thought it was funny, but it would be like she's
Yeah.
Yep.
like I guess her thought would be like, oh, like Bart Simpson doesn't respect his dad, so she's like, I don't want you to like think that's okay. But I was like, I don't think I ever, even though I didn't have context of like, hey, you should.
Like that didn't correlate. To
Yeah,
your-
I was like, oh, dad, screw off or anything like that, or you put
Yeah.
shorts like Bart Simpson would, say. Or I don't think I ever did that.
Yeah.
No, I watched South Park when it first came out. But I
Yeah, South
remember-
Park, I was like the same.
Yeah, but I remember just joking around like with my friend groups and stuff about it, like how we do now.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't go out in public and just start cussing.
Yeah.
Or saying wild shit.
Some of that stuff went over my head when I was a kid.
Yeah,
like
like,
you
I-
watch it again, you're like, oh shit, I don't.
Like, damn, I was watching this. Like,
Yeah.
It is crazy the amount of like children's programming that has like adult humor in it though.
Because there's a lot of
like
it's catered
a whole
to
lot
it.
of
Yeah.
it is catered to like you're sitting there watching stuff with your kid and then like I'm not saying South Park is a children's programming show, but like
What?
Not
Myers
something
loves
she's shown.
Bluey and like there's so much adult humor in it and it's hysterical.
I feel like they make
think
that
it's
so
funny.
that you could watch it with
Your
Yeah.
kids
Yeah.
and not have to be like,
I'm
Wow.
pulling all my hair out.
Yeah.
Yes. Even though sometimes I do feel that way.
what's like the show that you're like, again?
Never. I don't want to see another
Again.
episode.
Ever again?
Oh, I mean, like that she's just
For
like,
kids
I'm done.
shows.
Oh.
She watches like a YouTuber, like it's Cookie Swirl C, and she like watches this like she unwraps like LOL dolls and like builds stuff with Play-Doh. She does some other stuff too, but like the stuff Myers watches, and like her voice is really high pitched, and Myers loves it. Yep. see?
Whoa.
And she
What does
is
she look
not my
like?
thing. I don't know. You don't see what
It's
she
like an
looks
anime.
Oh.
Yeah, she's like an anime person, but like she'll like watch her like she
17
does.
million subscribers.
Yeah, and that's what. So I'll watch it, and I'm like, I want to pull my hair out, and then I'm like, how much money are you making off of this YouTube channel?
Jeez.
But yeah, I think there are different levels of things. But she'll watch her. She like watched her unbox a whole advent calendar of like Lego dolls at Christmas, and watched her build a gingerbread house. Like thinks it's like the coolest thing ever. And I'm like,
Wait, she's playing video games?
I think there's
Yeah,
some
Planet
where she
Zoo
does
Builder game part
video
one.
games. We don't watch those because I don't know anything about video games, so I don't want to be like it could
Wading
be really
into
like
uncertain
wading
waters there.
unknown territory.
17 million
That's crazy.
subscribers. Are all these just kids watching her do this?
Probably.
Probably.
Ain't there another one like Wolf Sniper or something that she does like all video games or something?
Wolf sniper? Is that what you said?
Sniper Wolf. But like she's younger, but she's not, I don't know how old, but she's got a huge following too. 31.9 subscribers. Million subscribers.
That's crazy. Man.
Man.
Trying dumb life hacks to see if they work. It's one of her top videos.
Huh.
29
try
million
some.
views.
Let's do it ourselves.
She's probably got a couple $1 million just from people watching that.
Yep.
That's like Hiller Fit. Like his ventured into YouTube and is now
yeah.
trying to make a living off YouTube. Oh, well, I'm not make a living. Sorry, I mean I'm not speaking for the guy, but like he is like jumped in, started making some YouTube videos. And he's gained
Have
a
you
lot of
seen any of
traction.
his
Now
videos?
he's like hey, I'm trying to put one out, regular content, just like these folks are doing with like, hey, I'm trying to build my, my side hustle, my YouTube channel, I guess. But
Yeah.
I mean, some of those people, like I watched, there's a YouTube documentary and the guy's called like Sunny V2 or something like that. And he essentially does like, hey, this is like the rise and fall of this YouTuber. This is how they got so famous or so successful. And here's where it started changing for them. Just, I don't know, just made me think of like, they'll talk about pages like that are like based on like, hey, this was explicitly marketed for kids. Then they tried to do something different, it failed, and so and so.
And they're gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
But
Interesting.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Moving on.
If you could have any exotic pet,
Ugh.
what would it be?
None.
Yeah, I didn't even
You gotta
like the
pick one.
question.
No.
You gotta pick one.
Nope. I won't.
This is, it'd be like a jaguar or something.
Why would you want a jaguar?
Mike Tyson had tigers. Right? Lions or tigers? Tigers.
yeah, tigers.
Yeah.
Like, if I could have an aquarium with a dolphin, like a giant.
See? Okay.
I could
That's
do that.
exotic.
Swim around with a dolphin for fun. That might be
Aren't they really,
about as exotic as I'm willing
aren't they
to
really
go.
mean? No, dolphins are not.
Dolphins are really
I thought they
smart.
could-
I think they're real like more friendly than anything else, any
Yeah.
other animal. That's probably the highest intelligence.
Or don't they do something that's weird? Don't they bang a lot or something?
There was a.
Well,
I thought they there's something with dolphins that I heard recently.
Dolphin facts. Just Google that.
Okay.
So what animal would you pick while you're Googling that?
I don't know. I was thinking like a big cat or something.
I'd be so afraid
Maybe
it's
a
gonna
bear?
kill me. Like, you hear about the stories of people like getting pet monkeys and like the monkey
They
eating
get
their
their
face
face off or
off and
something.
stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
No.
I don't want one. I don't want any exotic pet.
I feel like the
I'm not
monkeys
picking.
are so close to humans that it would be like, this is not really a pet. This feels like not like a person, but not a person, but not a pet.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe like something close to a dog, like wolf or something like that. That you could like
That'd be cool.
Ooh.
Yeah.
domesticate.
Oh.
Domesticate.
Like Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe something like that.
Like what were those dogs called? Like a wolf dog.
Dire wolf or something.
Dire wolf.
Yeah, that's
I know
what
it's
it was.
over the D, I think. Yeah.
I don't see.
Dan wolves. Sorry.
A group of dolphins is called a pod.
Yes, I do know that.
Yeah. I think I knew that.
I didn't know that.
Right off the top of the Snapple cap.
Sharks are scared of dolphins, so that's pretty cool.
Really?
Huh.
Yeah, like dolphins will fight sharks off. They're one of the.
Why is that? Why?
I'm sorry.
Isn't it like them? I thought it was like the most aggressive was like the
Yeah.
orca or something like that. Killer whale.
Yeah.
It's not obviously a killer whale, I guess.
Yeah.
Most aggressive or whatever.
Yeah, we were reading a book about oceans the other day, Myers and I were, and there were killer whales in them, and I was like, ooh, killer whales. And she was like, why is it called that? And I was like, oh, it's called an orca.
Killer isn't like it's
It's,
sick.
it's like so cool. And she was like,
Really neat.
are they gonna kill me? And I was like, no. They don't even live in the ocean we go to. You're fine.
Yeah.
They live in the Pacific Ocean.
Alright. Uncovering mysteries of the female dolphin sexual anatomy.
Oh.
This is New York Times.
Okay.
Common bottlenose dolphins have sex frequently, very likely multiple times in a day. Population lasts only a few seconds, but social sex, which is used to maintain social bonds, can last much longer.
Who knew?
I didn't know that like other animals did that. Thought it was like a specific
There's
human
another-
thing.
Set of animals that do that.
It's
too.
probably primates, isn't it?
Oh,
It's got to be
yeah.
something like that, right? The most closest
I
to
feel like I shouldn't Google
Because it
this.
does.
Getting on the list.
Animals that have casual.
No, please stop.
Your FBI agent is like, dude, what the
We're going down a rabbit
And
hole.
this got weird.
fuck? Just like, hey, are you okay?
You'll be hearing from him in a few days.
Pigs.
Shark
I didn't know
anatomy
that.
is also very interesting.
Yeah.
The what?
Pigs.
Shark
Shark
anatomy.
anatomy.
Bonobos.
Bonobos?
Bonobos.
Because I think that's like the closest animal to
perhaps
human.
dolphins. Okay.
The bonobo is like has like the closest link to humans, I guess. So which makes sense.
Humans, pigs, bonobos. Oh. And perhaps dolphins and one or two more species of primates.
Interesting.
Man, look at what we're learning today.
I know, right?
Wow.
What great
Even a
facts
New
we-
York Times article, like
I
a
know.
legit
Driving over
source.
here, did not expect to learn that.
Take this crap.
Bonobos.
I never heard of a bonobo. What did you say?
Bonobo?
Bonobo.
Bonobo.
Yeah, I like bonobo. Bonobo.
What was the ice cream place in Salem?
You said earlier shampoo.
Shaboom Shaboom? Shampoo or whatever it's
So if
called.
anybody goes to Salem, there's an ice cream
The
shop.
rolled ice
Shaboom
cream.
No, it is not called that.
Champagne.
Shampoo.
Shampoo?
Wait.
Shampoo.
No,
Now
no
I'm
one
throwing
knows.
myself off.
Nobody
I don't
knows what it's
know.
called.
Champagne Charbloon.
No, it's not.
Chaploon. Salem.
Shampoo.
Sham-
Just Google it.
Shampoo.
Salem. Was
Shampoo.
it frozen ice cream?
It's like,
Shampoo.
yeah, frozen, or, well, I mean,
It's
ice
like
cream.
that rolled ice cream.
It's pretty cool to watch them make it.
Yeah.
I should have typed in something else.
Just start typing CHAMP.
There he goes. Shampoo. Shampoo.
But Chris likes to
Shampoo
call it
desserts.
shaboom shaboom.
This is
Which
the brand.
sounds delicious.
Well, I thought it was shampoo.
Shampoo.
It's catchy. It just rolls right off the tongue.
No, I think you just made that up. And we've
Shampoo,
always just
shampoo.
gone with it.
Well, this
Y'all wanna
is shampoo
make me?
desserts.
They're getting so much ad time. It's ridiculous. The Shaboom Shaboom ice cream.
Anyways,
desserts.
they're really good. Everyone should go check them out.
Sponsored.
We're just saying. If you haven't tried it and you live locally, go try it.
Yeah. Salem, Virginia. Go look at it.
If you could give us like a phonetic representation of how to say your name, we could appreciate it.
Shampoo.
Yep.
Yes. Okay, next.
Okay. I stopped reading. All right. Is there any product you couldn't live without?
Product as in like.
Guess.
Like food or like.
Like deodorant.
Well, I wouldn't say. Product.
Yeah.
I would probably say not food. Probably it's probably.
Yeah,
not.
I wouldn't think that as a.
A product, an article or substance that is manufactured or refined for sale. So I guess.
So not really food or drink. That's not what we're talking about.
I would say that.
Probably
Okay.
not life sustaining. Is
Yeah.
what it means.
So like lotion or toothpaste.
I feel like there are lots of them. Like,
I don't know.
If you had to pick one, like so, like desert island is.
I got it. Chapstick.
I knew
Oh,
you
you
were
told me
gonna
that
say
before.
My lips get chapped and for whatever reason I can't like it once they start to like just hurt a little bit, it's like I have to have chapstick.
No.
So I'm gonna go with chapstick.
If you're on a desert island, you're picking chapstick.
I mean, over what? Lotion? Deodorant? Yeah, I
I'd probably pick like Aquaphor or something because it's like
What?
all encompassing.
What
Like
is it?
Aquaphor, it's like I probably have some. It's like ointment pretty much, so you can use it as like lotion. It looks like Vaseline almost. So you could use it as chapstick.
Yeah.
Also use it as lotion.
am. I guess, yeah.
But also,
I don't really use
like,
that regularly,
I'm
so.
a fan of some toothpaste. So
I mean, well, yeah, me too, but like.
if you're just
If I have to pick one, I'm saying chapstick.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's the first my gut instinct. I feel like you guys would be different though,
This feels
because you
like-
guys
this
don't
is
really
tough for
like.
me.
Take care of ourselves. is what you're
No,
trying to
that's not
say.
what I'm saying. I'm saying we put on lotion. You know,
Yeah.
like you. I mean, you guys. Not that you don't put on lotion, but probably like you guys aren't using lotion as much as like
yeah.
us. I would think.
You're probably right.
You know what I mean? So like that, or I feel like this question's harder for you guys.
Yeah, no, I can't even. I'm blanking right now.
Yeah, I was trying to think of like more hygiene
Like I have
stuff,
chapstick
but-
in my pocket right now.
I have Aquaphor in my
On
purse. You
deck.
know, it is what it is.
Before Jenny came and picked me up, I was
I
like,
know,
chapstick
I'm
in my
thinking-
pocket.
I thought about like if it was like a desert island, like a Swiss Army knife or something like that. But it's more of like a
That's-
tool.
that's-
Yeah,
that's a-
not a
That's
tool.
that's a product.
Sponsored Swiss Army knife.
I'm thinking like a product that you put on your body.
Oh.
Or
Sarah
brush
changed
your
the
teeth.
question.
Yeah, I did. But
All right. So if you're on a
But-
desert island, what conditioner are you? What? No.
I don't even feel like just ignore the desert. Anything. If like literally it was
Deserted.
like
Use it
Not
daily.
desert island.
I think for me, like when you say it that way, I guess a razor.
yeah.
Because I think I'd start to get self-conscious if I let my hair grow back out. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think it would look awful right now. So yeah, I think that would be. But I don't know. Would dry shave? That'd be terrible.
Well,
I
on
wouldn't-
your head,
guess-
I would think so.
So I was like, what?
I don't
Nair?
know.
Doesn't Nair do it? Isn't that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can like wipe it off. Or
Yeah.
Who wears short short?
I don't.
Wasn't that Nair?
I think you're right. Like a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I maybe say like sunglasses because
Oh, that's a
like
good call.
I feel like I squint so much. Well,
I mean, I
suck.
feel like if we're saying like a product though, I mean, then I could
Product.
easily say like, well, my glasses, you
Yeah.
know. But
Okay.
I was
I
thinking
feel like there's a
contact
difference between
solution,
glasses
contact.
Poking
and
holes in all my
chapstick. You know, like I'm thinking, I don't know. I don't know. That's a hard question.
Oh, that's a question of the day. Start asking around people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. That's a good one.
Huh. Aquaforce. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Chapstick.
I'll let you try
So
some.
Army knife, glasses.
Just over that. Okay.
James is very practical.
His sunglasses have a army knife built into it.
That's right. You want to keep the blade. You want to keep the blades as close to your eyes so you can see them at all times.
Yeah,
That's
there
right.
you
I
go.
feel like there's something I'm missing that would be like, oh yeah, that's what I need. You know.
You'll think of it later.
I'll
But
probably
something,
will.
I mean, I guess
I'll
it's
think of
not
it
something that
now.
you're using every day then.
Water purifier.
Just toothpaste, like you said, and
Yeah.
mouthwash.
That's before even thinking about the island, like things I use every day.
Yeah, that's
I'm
what I was
like,
thinking of. I mean, I don't know if I use
soap,
chapstick every day,
deodorant, lotion,
but
contact
I feel like
lotion.
you could. I mean, I wear deodorant every day, but I know that there's a lot of people who
But
don't
don't.
wear deodorant, and that's totally fine. That's your preference. I feel like your body probably starts to get used to like you not
Not
wearing
having
it,
it,
you
yeah.
know.
Probably.
But like, I don't think my lips could ever not get used to wearing chapstick. Like they would probably just
They'd fall off.
they get to the point
They'd
that
just be gone.
they just hurt so bad.
So if you ever like shaking Sarah down for like the nuclear launch codes, you just take her chapstick away. She'll tell you whatever you want to know.
Whatever you need, just give her the chapstick.
It was funny
back.
because we went
Steel trap,
somewhere.
not gonna break. Give me your chapstick. Whatever you want to know, guys. Whatever you wanna know.
We went somewhere and I couldn't find my chapstick, and I had left it in the opposite car that we were going in, and I was like, we need to stop and we need a chapstick.
Chapstick.
Just like, okay.
It's weird.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, here's a good one. Since you were talking about this,
Oh.
Oh, what is
I
it?
think I'm
if you had to get a lip tattoo, what would it say?
A lip tattoo. Is it right here?
on
I
the
would say
inside.
on the inside. Yeah.
What would it say?
Yeah.
It has to say
Small.
something. It
This
can't.
is what would it say. I guess you could do whatever you want.
Like a picture.
Yeah, I guess if you get a little. That'd be tough to do a picture, wouldn't it?
I know someone who
I
had
say bite me.
like
just
shark
inside
teeth.
my lips. Might
like
as
a
well.
shark, like some shark teeth right here.
Oh, that's super weird.
Yeah.
Well, she really liked sharks,
Wow.
Yeah.
so she got
Oh.
shark teeth right there.
Some vampire bangs.
I have no idea.
Did you say you could get sick? Or somebody told me that if you got a lip tattoo, it
You
could
could
happen.
get sick.
Well, it's the
Yeah.
one that your mouth heals the fastest, so that's the most temporary tattoo.
I thought somebody sounded like there's a chance that you could.
Well, I guess because there's
Maybe
like
not.
saliva and more bacteria in your
Yeah.
mouth than anywhere else in your body. So I guess with the needle, like I don't know.
If like somebody was forcing me to get something, I would have to think of something really clever to.
Yeah.
Just the word bottom,
Yeah.
like bottom lip.
That'd be really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would you get?
I don't know. I was trying to think of something a stupid saying.
Yeah, like bite me.
Yeah.
It's
Party
like my
on
lip.
or
Party away.
yeah. Something
Google
stupid.
lip tattoos. See what comes up.
So for those listening at home, you can imagine what it would be like there, right? You know. Oh God.
What are some of the top hits? I'm curious. Like, is it more words or is it more pictures?
Rocky. Oh no, we got a dinosaur picture.
Oh,
What does that say? Danger.
danger zone.
Okay.
Okay.
Insert here.
Does that say it's daddy?
Where?
Oh,
Yes, daddy.
oh
Yes,
okay.
Okay.
I think that's just digital.
Yeah, it is.
I ain't shit.
I ain't shit.
I think that's what that one says.
All right.
Self-deprecating. Self-deprecating.
I feel like that would hurt so bad.
I like the dinosaur one.
All right, Chris is getting it done.
Okay.
Dinosaur lip tattoo.
Yeah.
First
Oh, we
touch.
got a mu-
What
got a
does that
mustache.
say?
Oh, that's kind of weird.
Fuck it.
No, this one. What's that say?
Do you want a tattoo? Fuck it.
What
No,
does
literally,
that
that's
say right
it.
there?
Dirt.
What's on her finger?
SWAL.
YOLO.
This one says punk.
Dirt swallow. Is that dirt?
Oh no.
It's okay.
Then question mark swallow.
There's Hello Kitty.
Yeah.
They're hard to
Or at least
recognize.
clover.
Yeah. I mean, I guess no one would ever really see it unless
Dirty
you want
Jersey.
to.
People are wild.
People are strange. Okay, that one's good.
Holy shit. That one.
Oh, right.
That
Anyway.
person put it actually on the front of their face, not
Yeah.
the inside of their lip.
Do we think that's real? I mean,
Man, there's more Hello Kitties than I would have thought.
Is there something to do with Hello Kitty in
Yeah,
your
totally.
lip?
I don't know.
Good vibes. Not bad. All right.
All right.
Good vibes is a
Good
good one.
vibes. Is that the shock? Like, what is it? What's this? Hang loose.
Poop sex.
No, it does not say that.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, it does say that.
I thought someone needed a hug before they got some
Yeah.
of these tattoos. You need to
She
talk?
lost the
Or
bet.
just to sober up.
She must have lost the bet.
Yeah, that's exactly what it says.
For the rest of your life.
New team name?
Signing up today.
What's that one say? Forever and ever as a couple tat.
Where you at?
You and James.
I feel like yeah. Well, I feel like the purpose of getting a tattoo is so that you could see it, rather than.
Yeah.
Forever and ever.
I feel like if you have to drop your lip every time to show your tattoo, there's got to be something else going on.
Yeah.
But I'm not judging, passing judgment. Pardon me.
I would assume that most of these people probably have other ones, right?
Yeah,
I would
probably.
think.
Sure, these people had some childhood traumas.
I don't know.
Adult trauma.
No offense to anybody, but
After getting their tattoo.
I've never heard anybody say, I want to get poop sex.
Anywhere on my
How many
body.
times?
I don't even know what that is.
How many times the artist was like, "Dude, you're sure, right? You're sure? You're sure? You're sure?" Yeah, I want it.
I'm sure.
The tattoo artist, no, I can't do that for you.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Are we doing refills here or?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
What?
I guess am I filling these up?
You're gonna have to
Can you
open
get
a
all
new
four?
bottle. Be careful.
Oh, sorry.
The orange juice is in the freezer.
Just bring it. You can bring it in here, dude. Come on.
Oh, that's
that's
smarter.
smart.
That's so much smarter.
So I was.
Whoa, open the bottle somewhere else.
So I was looking up what we were talking about at the coffee shop about the upside down pineapple. While James was gone.
Oh,
And it does mean a
Yeah.
swinger.
it does.
For those who don't know, what does an upside down pineapple mean? An upside down pineapple worn on clothing or jewelry, pushed around in a shopping cart. Ooh.
Oh, that's
Huh.
freaky. I need to make sure
Ah.
how I have my pineapples.
Oh, actually, I did see that. So this conversation arose because we were talking about an influencer that I follow on Instagram, and they have a
Should we open the new one?
Oh, well.
There's a new person.
they have a camper, and apparently, like people that camp a lot, that tends to be like where you see it a lot, like upside down pineapples. And so that's how this came up in the coffee shop earlier. At we were talking about swingers. Anyways, and if people knew that that's what I meant, and
Can you don't they hang like flags outside and
yes,
stuff?
outside
like
of their
the,
camper, so that
the little
people
like
know.
garden
Yeah.
flag but flipped upside down.
Okay.
Is that where the saying "Let your free flag fly"?
Yeah, that must be it. Yeah, an
Yeah.
interesting concept.
So we were also
in your
talking.
shopping cart though, that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
risky business if you just throw your pineapple in
You
there.
can do a little social
Yeah,
experiment.
so I did see that one of the influencers that I follow on Instagram, she like went shopping and saw one of her friends in there, and the friend had a pineapple like sitting the right way, and she knew like an upside down pineapple what it meant, and so when her friend like walked around the corner to grab something, she flipped it upside down in her friend's shopping cart,
That's great.
and then she just walked around until her friend like noticed it and videotaped it.
I
That was
would
kind
like
of
to.
funny.
There should be like a sip in
So
there.
do you do like
Here, I can do it. You can do it.
do you like Miss Elmer's over there?
It's basically a lot more than that.
Like take the Molly or whatever.
Yeah. So,
All right, next question.
next.
What is your stance on washing your hands after going to the bathroom?
Oh gosh.
Wash them.
Wash your hands.
I think it depends on the situation for me, like where I'm at.
He was like,
Like I know if I go to a public restroom, I'm like, all right, yeah, I better do this.
But if you're here at your
Yeah,
house,
I don't care.
you're like, all right.
Yeah, no big deal.
Oh,
Rocky, no.
do you got enough?
I say wash them.
wash them.
I'm a wash.
Or if there's like the Germex that's right there handy, I would just do that real quick too.
We do a lot of hand sanitizer
I don't wanna spend, like, the
when
whole time out.
traveling.
Well,
So,
yeah.
Things you like I didn't know until I had a kid was like that all the automatic stuff in the bathroom like really traumatizes children, like the automatic flusher and
'Cause of the
like,
noise.
automatic, yeah, they're so loud, and especially in like rest areas, you know how they sort of like echo. And so Myers like hates it. So we'll be traveling and I'm like, all right, hand sanitizer it is, run, let's go. Like we're just trying to get out of there as quick
I
as we
didn't really think
can.
about it. Think about that.
But
I mean, I feel
Yeah.
like though that probably is killing the germs too. So
Yeah.
I don't think
The
that
noise,
that's a,
yeah, it's so
a
loud.
the
negative.
noise is killing the. Oh, James, I'm shortchanging you a little here. Here you go.
Thanks.
Oh yeah, getting wild again, baby.
baby.
Have y'all had a beer mimosa? Who was it? Was Suzanne telling you about that?
A beer mimosa.
What?
It's like a
It's coloring.
beer and
Orange juice and champagne.
yeah, I think.
So it's all
Or
food you're adding.
maybe it's just beer and orange juice. I don't remember.
I mean, when we were
I think she called it a beer mimosa.
when we were at your house the other day, we
Call her
the tomato juice and beer was pretty good. I like that.
Yeah.
I don't
Not
know about
like
orange
mixing
juice
beer
and
drinks
beer,
and-
but maybe it wouldn't be bad because we do like
Chaz.
the limit, like summer shandy. It might be worth a shot.
You said your dad was bringing,
Bring hot sauce and
Special
lime.
beers. You can Google
which
it
we've
if
never.
you want.
I've never heard of that
Yeah,
until you
it's-
said that yesterday.
The Google probably knows better than me, but he found it on.
Hey, Google.
Hey Google.
Hey Googler.
Fly fishing. My dad's a fly fisherman, so he found it on a fly fishing site, and they like
Specialty beers.
special, not specialty, special.
Oh,
Just
special
beers. So
special
it's
beers.
Like, what is this special beer?
What is a special
Yeah.
beer?
like, I don't know. Maybe I can find it in my text message thread with him.
Special
It's probably in
beers.
there somewhere.
Special beer versus craft beer. I don't think that's
I
it.
don't know. It's like type in special beer hot sauce or something. See what you get.
Yeah, type that.
I do like hot sauce.
Dad sends me lots.
I don't think
of
I've
links.
ever had a food that has been messed with by hot sauce.
I think it's like
Drink.
lime beer and hot sauce, but there's a special way you do it. I've had one time.
And
Makes me
It was
want
good.
beer.
thumbs
I
up or
liked it.
thumbs down?
Thumbs up. It's like just basically cheap beer with some hot sauce and lime thrown in
It
there.
probably really changes the
The one
taste.
ingredient that makes cheap beer taste incredible.
There it is. Whoa.
Sorry.
Y'all are struggling over there.
Sorry.
You good? I want to get those things that you mount to the table.
Oh yeah, that would make sense. Yeah,
Eventually, one day.
one day.
Let's see what I can find.
One day.
Sorry, yeah, go ahead and sing us a little something while we're all doing whatever.
Sarah always has a song stuck in her head,
Okay, I
and
found
every
it.
day is a little
I found
different.
It's true.
Taco Fly Company.
The old Taco Flag Company.
Here we go.
Get your beers.
Special beer koozie. They have
Taco
maximized.
Fly Company.
Yeah, try that.
What is this?
And then
go
say
to?
like special beers.
Oh, special beer.
This probably was holding her mic up.
Got it?
Oh yeah.
Full screen.
Is there a video on it?
I'm looking at it right now.
Oh man, I like the tacos right there.
Anything with tacos.
Taco Fly
Tacos.
Company.
I love tacos.
There's a YouTube video, but
Well,
We'll watch it.
you guys can give a review after the fact, after the cookout.
here, I'll just watch it on me here real quick.
Okay. See how they make it.
He's got the what is it the fajita seasoning,
Oh.
Like
like the one that was it
Yeah.
Paco or
Tia.
Tika or something like that.
Topotico or
No, it's
something?
like.
Oh.
Oh,
Interesting.
he went too fast.
Is it-
It's buffering.
Who's
Some
out here on
hot
the water
sauce.
doing it?
Yeah. This is a special beer.
I don't know. I feel like I'm already gonna like it. I like hot
I
sauce.
think you'll like it. It's pretty good. You like crack it, take a sip off the top, and then put your special beer ingredients on top, and then they like sink down in there or something. It's
Get
pretty
hyped.
Ready.
Ready?
Pour them up right
do it.
now. Come on, Dad.
We can.
I think he's fishing at the
Oh,
moment, so he's
okay.
probably having special beers before coming.
Just testing out.
Testing it, making sure his
gonna work out.
recipe is perfect.
Yeah.
Here,
it's all
hear that?
right.
It's nice.
Moving on.
Moving
Yep.
on.
Okay, what's... I was trying to remember it without looking at it. What's the one thing you remember most about your first job?
Like ever, like so when I was a child job, pretty much.
What was your child job?
Yeah.
No, I guess teenager.
Maybe
I was a
Nike shoes?
teenager.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean when I was a lifeguard or a
Oh, yeah.
babysitter.
Yeah, let's say like your first actual real job. Like,
Yeah.
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 Like they didn't send you down to the mines or anything like that. No.
No, I didn't know West Virginia coal mines. I was a lifeguard. It was great.
I bet
It's
that.
like
Yeah.
the best job ever.
Hmm.
I think I thought it was hard when I was like 15 and 16.
Oh yeah,
but
for sure.
Now
I
that
wor-
I'm an adult, I've realized it was not at all. I
Yeah.
got to sit by the pool and watch people swim.
Yeah.
And get a tan. It was fun.
My first job was working at the snack shack, and then the next summer I became a lifeguard.
2 lifeguards in one room. No?
We'll save ya.
I worked on the factory, like manufacturing floor.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's tough.
Mom got me a job at her place. Yeah, it
I don't know if I
sucked.
knew that.
Oh, yeah, it's like 16. It's literally just like gluing the strap to something else like all day long.
Huh.
Great. That's what it was. I just remember just being bored, miserable the whole summer. It was-
Wow.
I hate my life.
I mean, did you make decent money?
Yeah, that's the reason I took it
Okay.
because it was like 10, 11, $12 an hour.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, money. And then I was like,
Yeah.
first week I was like, why do I do this? I was like, no, I can't quit because mom works here.
Yeah.
But yeah, it sucked. I mean, I felt bad more. That's where people were doing it for actual living around me. It was like, fuck. And you're like 40
Your whole
still
life.
doing this? Yeah, this is your life.
I
It's
can't
like,
imagine.
but that's what most people just come up and tell me. You don't want to be, clocking out or what, punching a time clock the rest of your life or whatever they'd say.
Oh,
Yeah, and I was like, yeah.
like that you were doing it with
Right. And I was like, damn,
James.
So I worked for my uncle doing the t-shirt business, and like I made good money from it, but it was like I'd go to like something like a track meet or a basketball tournament, and they make customized shirts. So based on the event, so if it was like a track meet, like. So I'm gonna say it was like a good job because of the money, but it was like so long, like the hours were so long, like you'd work the whole weekend and like be out either at a track meet in the heat, or like if you're in a basketball tournament, you'd be just like on the corner of a gym or something like that. So it'd be like sometimes it'd be dead. So I'm just standing here for like 10 hours not doing anything, and then you have the people that are like we have it set so you like customize your name. So we had to have like letters and like all that kind of stuff, and then have a big heat press like you see at the beach. So like I burned the shit out of my hands all the time because the thing was really hot. And then like with people wanting their shirts customized, if they have like a crazy name, you need to like put it on there perfect, and then they're like, oh yeah, no, that's right. And then they come back later when the shirt's already made and it's like burned into the shirt, and they're like, hey, this is wrong. And I'm like, I asked you like 4 times if this is right. Yeah, always be someone coming back like, this is spelled wrong. I'd be like, I asked you before, do you not spell your name right? Or anyway.
hell no.
Yeah.
So I would say
I just said yes without looking.
Right.
so I would say that, even though like good and bad, that was probably the bad parts. I worked at Sports Authority as my next job. Dislike. It's no longer in business also. Not because of me, but
It's not.
it could be because of me.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
I like
I'm
Dick's
thinking
Sporting
of
Goods, I
Clayton
think bought them.
Against Sports.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, retail
What's
sucks.
Sports Authority?
Yeah, retail.
Yeah, retail
I was a
sucks.
waitress for a month. It was horrible.
Yeah,
I,
I think
was like,
Was that at the,
at River City
yeah, you
Grill.
told me about that.
It was so hard.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, this is miserable. I do not enjoy this job at all.
yeah, retail was terrible. Like being in like the clothes department, where people would just like take their clothes off and throw them in the ground and stuff like that.
Oh,
Not their clothes, but the clothes that they're trying.
yeah.
It wasn't that complex.
Take their clothes off.
I don't want this.
So what we would do
I'm done
is
here.
people would walk in, they'd take their clothes off, and then we would take their clothes and hang them up on the racks, so people would just come and buy
Just
them.
buy them.
Buy their clothes.
So
back.
Goodwill before it.
I'll take that shirt.
What was the best job you've had at that age? Which I guess lifeguard was probably the first and best for y'all.
I was like a full-time babysitter for a family too that like at the same time as lifeguarding, which was super awesome because I was able to like basically make double money because the kids were members of the pool, so I'd just like bring them to the pool with me, and they were old enough to swim, and they were really like they took really good care of me. The parents did. The kids were really good kids, so they were fun to watch too. But, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, between the two of those, I'd probably say like lifeguarding was probably a little more fun than working in the snack shack. But
I would think so.
I got to. I mean, I read some books while I worked in the snack shack just because like. I mean, there's only so much you can do, you know,
gotta
like
sell
if
so
people
many
aren't
snacks.
coming in, you know, or like you've already kind of cleaned up, that kind of thing, like, or in between people walking up to the window, but, so, yeah, I don't know, probably lifeguarding when I was growing up, that was probably my,
I don't
What was
know.
yours?
Hollister.
Oh.
I didn't do shit. Like, I worked there for 3 months. I was the guy at the fitting room when you walked in. Just handed your number. How many you got? Here you go.
Oh.
I was stood there. Then I was next to the radio, and I just played that one. That's all I did for like 4 hours.
wow.
My brother worked at Abercrombie. This is not my story, this is his story, but my brother worked at Abercrombie, and he was one of those guys that had to stand with his like shirt open and stuff like that. My brother was like,
okay.
He was like tall and lean. So like me and
You
my
got
buddy,
handpicked, huh?
me and my buddy Zach would go to the mall, and then my brother would be working, and he would see us coming, and he'd be like, fuck. We'd go up and like pester him and stuff like that, or like mess with him. I think we acted like we were like kidnapping him one time. Like picked him up, like my buddy Zach, we wrestled, so we picked him up and then like started running away with him, and they were like, oh my gosh, I guess getting taken.
Did you watch the documentary on Abercrombie on Netflix?
No.
Yeah, you should watch it. It's pretty good.
I know he's a weirdo, isn't he? He's
Really?
Yeah, it was like, I mean, it was basically about like the rise and fall of the business, and then sort of how they're like trying to rise
Rise,
again
yeah.
now, but like it was crazy about how they handpicked the people that not only worked in their stores but
White
were in
guy.
their catalogs and everything, and like had very descript like it's just people telling their stories. It was very interesting to hear, and then like the business sort of tanked because people started to figure out they were basically like stereotyping who they even were selling to and having in their stores.
Well,
like,
and wasn't there something I didn't? I mean, I never
And
really. I
racial.
shopped at them. I never shopped there. But like, didn't they go through? Was it them that went through like that phase where it was like their sizes were like way smaller than like typical,
Normal.
typical
They
size.
wanted,
All
like,
the other
they
sizes.
were trying to sell people, and it worked for a really long time on like the all American
Right.
like, look and feel, and like to be that age, and like, but yeah, their sizes were off, and it was just like, yeah.
Yeah.
It was an interesting. I thought it was like an interesting documentary to watch, and then just how they've. I think there's a new president and a new owner, and they've sold, and they're like rebranding, and they're doing a lot more with like better marketing, and have created like a whole curvy line now, and are doing a lot more to try to.
My brother would give me like clothes that either like he got that he was like, "Oh, I'll get you a discount or something like that." I'd be like, "Okay, sure." I couldn't wear any of that stuff because I was kind of chunky. So.
Yeah.
You gonna take eponymous?
I was.
Yeah, I like a lot of their new stuff. Like their jeans fit really well. Their new stuff they've come out with, but yeah, back in the day, you had to like get a size.
I felt like if I
four
put on,
sizes bigger than your normal size just to try to fit it.
I feel like if I put on a pair of those jeans or something like that, I think like it'd be like the what do you call it? The remember those like Adidas like snap pants that would just like rip off?
Tracks.
I feel like
yeah.
that'd be the only way I could get them off would be to like get cut out of them or something like that. Anyways.
Did you guys wear those like windbreaker tracksuits back in the
Wind
day?
didn't have a chance, bro.
Absolutely.
Do you ever play like Thumbs Up or 7-Up or whatever you call it in school? You know what I'm talking about?
Thumb wrestle?
No,
Thumbs
like
up,
where
like-
you put your head down.
Oh, yeah.
People call it different things,
7
but
Up.
I remember one
Yeah.
time I had 7-Up. That's why I was like Thumbs Up or 7-Up.
Yeah.
I remember 7
In
Or
school,
Sprite.
I had like a tracksuit on it. I was
Kidding.
so mad because I wore my windbreaker
You had to, like, walk,
tracksuit
like-
that day, and I was like, I can't poke anybody's thumb. Like, I was like, I wore the worst outfit. I didn't know we were gonna have a substitute.
I didn't know we were playing this
I got
today.
my swishy pants on.
I wonder if kids play that these days.
I don't
Like,
know.
when there's a sub.
No, probably not.
Play 7-Up?
Probably looks a lot different nowadays. We used to play Four Corners too.
What's
like,
that?
Where like you would pick. Like there was a person who was it, and they had to close their eyes and count to 10 or something, and each corner of the room was like 1, 2, 3, or 4, and you went to one, and then
And then
they
the-
would call out like 1, and if you were in one, you were out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we played that.
I don't
No.
know that one.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't remember that.
That was a
I never
random
heard of it.
I remember setting
turn.
up.
I don't know. I just was thinking of tracksuits after the rip-off pants James had over there.
Moving on.
Sure.
Let's do it.
If you could pick a 3-man team, 2 movie characters, and 1 real person to join you in the Hunger Games,
Oh,
who would it be?
Liam Neeson and Jason Bourne.
I was gonna
Liam
say
Neeson
Liam
is
Neeson for
100%.
sure.
If I could, I mean, just for survival purposes, to have a good time, probably Ryan Reynolds and someone,
That's a good one.
The other person could just be Ryan Reynolds from another movie, I guess. I'm just kidding.
Wait till what's the game?
2 movie characters, 1 real person in the Hunger Games.
And my dad
To join
is
your
definitely
team.
coming with me.
Yeah.
Papa Goodman.
From a movie, though? Is
One
that from
real
this?
person. I get to pick
Yeah,
a
2
real
movies
person.
and 1 real person.
Oh, it's a
So
real
you
person.
name 2 people.
Oh, I didn't pick
Two
So
a
who's
person.
your real person?
Yeah.
Not that those other people aren't real, but
They're fake real.
Pass, you gotta come back to me.
people we don't know in real life.
Just bring Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler.
He has lots of movie experience.
I don't know.
That's
I mean, maybe like I can't think of his last name though. Rob from like Survivor. Like maybe he could, really be an
And
asset.
we're
Survivor
back to
guy.
Survivor.
Be an asset.
It's not a movie. Wrong. Oh, he's your real person. Is that what we're going with?
What'd you say?
Just Rob from Survivor.
I can't think of his last name.
Rob's
I can
over a Survivor
picture
because
it in
at
my
some point we
head.
have to sacrifice
It's from,
somebody,
like,
right?
New York or Boston. I don't remember. Where's he from?
Boston.
I don't really have good.
Bring
sense
James
of
Bond with you. Just
That's
one.
actually that'd be a good one.
Yeah.
Which one, though?
Daniel Craig.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah,
Daniel
for
Craig.
sure.
Yeah. I was like, I can't think of the older
Is he your
the other
favorite?
one.
Him or
Craig's
Pierce
hot.
Bronson.
I think growing up, I
Yeah.
probably saw Pierce more Brosnan movies, but
Yeah.
I think I like Daniel Craig better than all the
Yeah.
other ones because he was like the rough and tumble, the gritty, and
Daniel Craig, Liam
Sean
Neeson,
Connery.
and my dad.
He's from Boston.
We're gonna crush it.
P.S.
We're
Rob.
back to Survivor.
Oh, okay.
Everyone.
That's a good one. James Bond beat going.
Yeah.
Rob.
He always gets.
You
away
probably
with
saw him
everything.
before.
no.
No?
He has the trick up his sleeve or two.
I think. Okay, wait. I have a question.
Okay.
If you could pick any reality TV show to go on, what would you go on? If you had to,
Reality TV show.
Wait,
There's
like
no-
Survivor
reality
or
TV or
Like The Bachelor.
game show?
That
Yeah.
one.
yeah, like
Yeah, you
more
should
reality
do
TV.
it.
Like last summer I watched me and my friend Hannah watch like Love Island, and a lot of the cast from Love Island is going on the challenge now. And I was like, that's interesting.
Does Ninja Warrior count? It's not really reality TV.
Alone. I wouldn't do that one.
No.
I couldn't do that one.
No way.
I too
What
have
are-
to take
what
a
are some
Hunger Games. Some
What
other
are
than
some
that.
other reality shows? that
We
are
have Alone. We have MasterChef.
Definitely not the Ultimate Fighter. Holy shit.
Love Island. Too Hot to Handle. Ultimate Fighter.
Chris, you could go on those.
The Kardashians.
Yeah, see, that's what I was like. So,
I mean,
like,
I
all
don't
the
really
Bravo
think-
shows are reality TV shows.
Yeah, but I was thinking more of like reality,
The
like
Simple Life.
game show. You know, like
Yeah.
that someone wins it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, keeping
That's
up with
what
the
I was like, if I
Kardashians,
get
no
to
one's
pick,
winning
like, I'm
that.
picking like
Like Big Brother.
Southern
Yeah.
Charm and go live in Charleston
brother
and
might
be on the
know
cast of
about
Southern
that.
Charm
Yeah.
for a year.
I don't know if I can do
But that's not really like
But that's
yeah,
not a game show.
right?
That's just reality.
like
TV.
reality game shows, I guess.
Yeah.
But not like I wasn't thinking like minute to win it. Like I was thinking more of like what you've been naming.
Supermarket Sweep. Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
Who wants to be a millionaire?
Tattoo fixers.
The Price is Right.
What
I
about
like
that
that
Ink
list.
Master?
Oh, Bad Ink. Oh, yeah. I guess Ink Master. That'd be a good one.
I mean, but I guess you have to know how to do tattoos.
Well, you can't just volunteer to be the canvas.
I guess you could.
I bet it's a show.
We'll give you
It's
that.
probably a
Let's do
show.
that.
Someone is just like,
What
all
is
right,
the
so we're gonna have a
challenge?
new contestant come on every week, and they've never
it's
done
like-
tattoos before. They're gonna give you a tattoo. Starting with your lip.
It's kind of like
America's Got Talent.
Oh.
I can't remember if it's like team oriented or if it's like single. The Challenge. Did you guys ever watch that?
What is it?
The Challenge. I thought it was on MTV.
The Challenge.
Yeah.
I feel like I would be good
Rules?
at The Amazing Race, but
See, that's what
Something
I was
like that.
thinking.
Oh,
Amazing
that'd
Race would be really fun.
That'd be really fun.
The Challenge.
Do they still
36
have that?
seasons.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I watched it recently.
You would.
My mom loves it.
You what?
Sarah's the one keeping all of the reality game shows in business.
It's not really true. Only
Only the ones
Amazing
that have been around for
Race
25 years.
and Survivor. And I mean, last time I watched Love Island, but
I mean, I watched Love Island too.
yeah,
Once you start, you can't stop.
no, because you gotta like know what happens and who's gonna win.
You gotta
You're
be
like,
invested.
yeah. So, what's the challenge though?
Oh,
I thought that's what you were looking up. Sorry, my bad.
I did. I thought
Or next question.
I
36
can't remember if they were.
seasons.
I thought they were split into teams, and then like your teams have to do challenges.
The Crave and the World.
Anyways,
Contestants
it's,
That
compete in
could
the
be
stunt-heavy,
fun, though.
action-packed adventures around the world where tasting victory means a massive cash prize. So,
What was that show on Netflix where it was like the stupid game shows or the stupid? It was. Did you watch it where the people like chased the wheel of cheese down the hill?
yes. Which
You know-
P.S. Someone from NC State won it this year. Some girl.
yes.
Postscript.
I can't remember the name of that show, but it was like
Yes.
random like games
not
or challenges.
Yeah,
Like,
it was like
like
games of
content, like feats of strength, but not really.
yeah, because it had that, and then it had like the Scottish like
Yeah, the
games,
Highland games.
Yeah. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I thought it was so weird.
But
that
I
people were
would not
chasing
do.
cheese down the
I would not do that. Did you? That episode
No.
was wild.
Oh.
It-
What are you talking
yeah.
They chase. Google it. They
What
chase
is it
like
called?
I don't know. That's
cheese race,
Cheese.
cheese.
Race Netflix.
cheese race in some
We
other
are the
country.
champions.
Maybe,
Official trailer, Netflix.
No.
but you have to
It
look
was
up
like
specifically the
Cheese
cheese
rolling.
race.
Yeah,
Cheese
they're
rolling.
like they have to like chase this thing of cheese down the mountain.
Yeah,
but
and
not
they, like,
sheer
just
cheese.
mountain
Frog
like
jockeys?
and they all just like fall and just
Dog dancers?
No.
No.
Hot chili eaters?
Oh my god, what are you
Okay.
Googling?
It says, "We Are the Champions" Netflix trailer, and I'm reading the description. They race down a dangerously steep hill
Yeah.
after a wheel of cheese.
Yes,
Yeah.
Coppers Hill Cheese Rolling and Wake. That's what it's called.
And wake.
That's what it says.
because you might not win, you might die.
Participants race down a 200-yard long
They're
hill.
checking boxes here. They got everything.
See if you can find just an example of it here.
Well, I found a trailer.
What kind of cheese is it though?
It said
'Cause if it's pepper jack, I might give it a try.
no
But if it's
You don't know, you
brie,
might be
fuck
attending
itself.
your.
double Gloucester cheese.
Was it called We Are the Champions? I felt like that wasn't the name of the show.
Me either.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep,
this is
that's
it.
Look, watch.
And they just
Holy shit!
James, we watched this.
I don't remember this.
Yes.
Oh man, I want that
Nice,
guy to win.
nice helmet, bro.
Yeah, I'd be
Oh.
wearing that. I'd be wearing bubble wrap.
So what happened? I just got to get the wheel of cheese.
It's the first person to make it to the bottom.
Oh my god, that person definitely has.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
this
yeah,
is the
that
next
one was the-
competition.
Oh my god. What do they got to do with the frog?
What frog can jump the furthest out?
I'm out.
I don't remember a yo-yoer.
I don't either. Maybe I was bored by that.
I don't remember. Oh, maybe I do
Ooh,
remember
yeah.
that one.
What? Dog dancing?
Nope.
There you go, Sarah. Jenny,
I've
you're
seen
in
this.
there.
Oh, nice
Not
necklace.
really.
Sophisticated.
What good is boy or girl?
The hot dog eating contest is in here, isn't it? Or
Yeah,
did
I think
miss
so.
it?
That's back to the cheese rolling.
Anyway,
I guess it's just
you
giving
got
you
it.
an over.
It's giving you an
It's
over.
cousin it right
But
there.
you saw the people
not
fall down the
specifically
hill
the
after
cheese.
cheese.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah.
The challenge. Anyway.
I wouldn't do that challenge.
No.
Like, they have to have had broken some bones.
That one person's leg looks like it just dislocates.
Ugh,
Anyway,
thanks.
Yeah.
moving on.
Okay.
Moving on.
Onward.
Onward.
What is the craziest thing a girl or guy has ever done for you?
Craziest?
Thing.
I guess if you anything. You want me to start?
I mean, it sounds like you're the only one that has an answer
Alright.
here, so go
pretty
for it.
Okay, so in college, right?
Okay.
When I worked at Walmart.
Okay.
It was, I guess, the first thing as far as not stalking, but kind of stalking on the internet, I guess. So I got
Okay.
a random friend request.
Okay.
Amber? I can't remember the last name of it now. Anyway,
Doesn't matter.
Okay, yeah. I think it was Amber though. Anyway, so Adam, she would send me messages, and I was like, yeah, cool, like, yeah, come over, we're partying, come over, whatever. Never saw her. Anyway, but we also we randomly get pizzas sew up at our house.
Peaches.
Pizzas. So,
Oh, pizza.
on random nights.
Okay.
And then she like, you send me a message, I sent you a pizza.
What?
Not from you? And so then we just made a big joke out of it, and we're like, okay, cool, thanks. And then me and my friends were just like, we'd start drinking and stuff like, hey, we kind of want a pizza tonight. And she would start sending pizzas, and then we'd be like, why don't you just bring it yourself this time? And she never would. And then, one time we did it, and we tried to get her to come over or whatever. So we're like, we got to find out who this girl is, It was just random stuff, these Facebook messages, and I was like,
Is it even a girl?
I don't know. I was straight getting catfish probably. And then, so like we all waited out in the driveway of our house, and we were sitting behind, and we just kept waiting. Nothing ever showed, right? I'm like, what the fuck? We sat there like 30 minutes ago, right, to get a pizza, and it had happened no matter what. So we went back inside.
And right when you went back inside.
We went back inside, and I'm like 10 minutes later, we were sitting there drinking beer, just talking around. All of a sudden, I got a message. It's like, check your porch, and I had a pizza out there.
So it had to be someone that lived close
That's
to
what
you.
I was thinking. Is this our neighbors?
That's creepy.
Yeah,
That is
and like
creepy.
every time we go up to our neighbors or whatever, like what are you talking about? Like,
Someone was.
and it was 2 or 3 girls, and like they were literally right there. And I was like, well, we would know if they would come down bringing a pizza, right?
Maybe.
But it would happen for like weeks.
But was
Months.
it like what kind of
Actually, in
pizza?
college,
Like
it was a Domino's pizza.
It was me, guys. I used to bring pizza.
Oh man, I didn't think this would come
It was
up.
514 days.
Let me just say, the craziest thing I've ever done. No.
weird.
It's actually spelled.
I don't
funny.
have a
I don't
story
think
to
I
top
have
that
anything.
at all.
Yeah.
But we never met her or them or how many people it were. And like one time we heard them. They called us one time. We gave them our number, and so they were like, "Oh, we're at the deli mart or whatever." Or no, they said they were at the deli mart. We ran down there trying to catch them, and we never got them. But it was a stupid shit like that for like a couple weeks or a month or
Oh
something.
my god.
Like each week on party nights, like it was either pizza or try to figure out who these people were, sending this stuff.
That would creep me out.
I'm trying to text my buddy right now.
Yeah.
That would super creep me out.
And we were
I
right
don't
there on
have
Dark
any.
Side too.
I don't have any.
I don't have anything
story.
good like that. Craziest. James has never done anything crazy for you. James is like,
I wouldn't say crazy.
Oh, you know that's even. I guess that's crazy.
No,
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Like
But-
normal is not that.
But I remember when we'd call her or something, or she'd give us her number, and we'd call her, and she'd be like talking like a straight valley girl, like you could tell she was hiding her voice, and we're like,
So it's
How
probably
did
like
she know who you were?
I don't know.
Was it
well,
one of your
She
guy
had to
friends?
live. Yeah, was it somebody in your house?
Yeah.
No, because we were all out there waiting together. We were all together,
Okay.
unless they were just really sneaky, like over here.
One
But-
Domino's
Yeah.
pizza.
Huh. Well, you couldn't order pizza on the phone. Like you had to still call back in
Yeah.
the day. Back when I was in college.
Chris, back when Chris was in college.
Yeah. This would have been 2007.
It's not like he was writing letters to the pizza office.
He was.
Please deliver Saturday,
P.S.
June
Extra cheese, please.
11th at
Yeah.
Dearest
Three.
Domino's.
What kind of
tried
phone did
everything
you
to try
have
to
when you
figure
went
out.
to college?
Huh?
What kind of phone did you have when you went to college?
I had a Razor for a little bit.
Yeah.
I think I had a Razor, and then
I had a flip phone and then I got an Apple. I got
I
like
don't
the
remember when I got
first
An apple.
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
an Apple.
the iPhone.
with the the
An
iPhone
Apple. I had an iPad.
with the
An i-
curve, like it was curved on the
iPod
end.
Shuffle.
Yeah.
I think I shuffle. What
I had an iPod, like a normal
the
one.
touch. No, there was no. They had a wheel on it,
Yeah, it had the little wheel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
and it had like 30 gigs.
I
or
had the
something
color. What it wasn't it? No. Shoot no. Or no, the
I
mini.
had an
I had
Android
that
first, and then, well, I
You
had,
started Android?
well, no, my first phone was like the Nokia phone with the snake, that snake game on it.
Oh yeah.
It was so fun. I had a Razor at one point, but I think when I went to school, I might have had a Android, and then switched to
Apple.
Apple. I switched to Apple. Good old
iPhone.
iPhone. Should have saved them all. Could like end up in a museum.
I feel
A
like
collection
I
of.
might have a 4 or 5 somewhere. Was it the 3? What, was it just called iPhone when it first came
I
out?
think
Yeah.
so, yeah. I think I had a flip phone, Samsung flip phone, and then I had an Apple iPhone 4, and then it got wet one time. And then I got the next ones.
I need all this. Here,
I'm talking to my buddy about it.
I'm gonna top this guy off.
What
It
if
was
he
so
remembers?
Yeah, he's
If
like-
he remembers Amber?
Yeah, he goes, yeah, vaguely, dude. He goes, why do you ask? And I told him we were talking about it. He goes,
I just
he goes,
met
did we
her.
ever figure out who the girl was? I was like, nope.
Just met her.
So if you're listening,
and it was you.
Yeah.
Please call me.
yeah, call or write an email
Do
or
you want
something.
more orange juice? I put more champagne
Nah,
in there. You good?
Get
Good
lit.
deal.
Birthday shenanigans.
Yep.
Thanks.
Birthday shenanigans!
Yeah.
What's that place with the shit on the walls?
Shenanigans?
Oh my god.
That's a real place, right?
All right, moving
I
on.
don't know.
I think-
I think it's based off like Applebee's or Ruby Tuesdays or something like
Oh, man. Applebee's.
Okay. Next. How many more questions?
Oh, I don't know. There's tons. We've been skipping around. We
Okay.
can start wrapping this up soon.
I mean, I don't care, but
Okay. Well,
it's almost 2:1:45.
it's probably about time to wrap this up
Yeah.
anyway.
Gotta get ready
We've
for
been
the
going
going
over
away
an hour.
party.
Okay. All right, we'll do like 1 or 2 more then.
Okay.
Would you rather be able to get time travel through, or would you rather be able to travel through space or time?
Time.
that. Time. Because then
Are there more
you can
doors
do
or
so many
wheels?
other things,
Let's
like-
end on
I
that.
thought about space.
then you could essentially be Forrest Gump. Like
One of the astronauts that fly to the moon.
oh well.
If
I
you're
was gonna
traveling
say
through
like
time.
Forrest Gump and then be like investing in this fruit company called Apple.
Yep.
Don't have to worry about money anymore.
Get some Apple and
One less
Starbucks
thing, right?
stock,
That's
and
right.
you're ready to roll.
Invest in Microsoft.
I
Invest in
think I
Apple.
like history too, so I think it'd be cool to travel through time.
Same.
Like
then that would be
see
like the-
historic events, meet historic people. Be so cool.
Would you go back in time or forward in time? If
I
you had to
would want
pick.
to
I think I'd
start
go
by
backwards.
going back.
Yeah.
See Ben Franklin flying a kite.
Oh,
well.
that's okay.
I go back in time to see Tom Cruise flying the F-14. or
Oh,
whatever it was.
Oh,
Such a dreamboat.
He's just saying that because we watched that movie last night.
What you watching? That dude has not aged.
no, he
hasn't.
It's
Have you seen
what,
him recently?
Scientology?
Yeah.
He takes his, I mean, I'm not gay or anything, but he takes his shirt off. I was like, man, for 60-some years old, I was like,
Wait, he's 60 years
I'm
old?
pretty sure.
Yeah.
It's like Jennifer Lopez, man. She's like, what, mid 50s?
And Shakira.
Yeah, it's crazy.
59, it says.
How old's Shakira?
Yeah, Shakira.
Chris loves
No,
Shakira.
it's not. Shakira.
She was on Saturday Night Live.
45.
45.
No, wow.
I don't know. I thought she was
How old is J Lo?
She's in her 50s, I think.
J-Lo age 52. 1969. Nice.
All right.
Born on April 20th.
I see what
Nice.
you did there. Check it.
Yeah. Could have got it.
Shut up, Rocky.
What's that ball? His wobble,
We did that.
He
wobble
knows
wag
it's up
giggle
there.
ball.
Zeke has that ball, but he never plays with
Yeah,
it.
I knew two shits about that.
I would never buy that.
My mom gave it to us. Because June didn't
When
play
people
with
buy loud toys for your toddler, and you're like, thank you. When
Thank
you have
you,
kids, I'll
goodbye.
get those for you.
The old re-gift.
it. All right. Last question. Let's go out with a bang.
Are there more
This
wheels
ain't
or
good.
doors?
This ain't a bang. Ooh, that's a good one.
Who dares?
We've had this debate a lot.
Ooh, that's a, I shouldn't ask that one. Crap, I don't know.
Any questions that anyone can think of off the top of their head?
What's on your bucket list?
Nah.
That's kind of vague. I don't like that one.
Like,
I panicked and I just read a question.
I panicked.
Bucket list. Shit.
got it. What's wrong?
okay?
Is he reverse sneezing?
Yeah. Zeke was doing that this morning.
Oh my god, I know.
Yes.
I was like, dude, are you okay?
I don't know. I don't have a good one to go out with my brain.
Just Google.
What
We
should
can-
be my
we
last
can-
question on this podcast?
We can extrovert or introvert.
Tom. Oh yeah.
Top, that's.
You started that. We never answered it.
Yes, that was lame.
Oh.
Oh, I sort of liked it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's probably not a good ender, but it's just a good.
Well, we can talk about that while I'm looking for one more. Do
Okay.
that.
Go ahead.
You want me to go?
Go ahead.
I would say I'm more of an extrovert, but I also like to think that like I'm an extroverted introvert.
Yeah.
I need me time, alone time to like decompress. I like really actually enjoy being by myself.
Yeah.
Away from people, but I enjoy people too.
Yeah.
So
I would
like
say
a
I'm
mix
probably
of
the
both.
opposite. Like I'm an introverted extrovert. Like I really enjoy spending like I definitely recharge by being by myself, but I definitely enjoy like being around my people.
yeah.
You know, maybe not necessarily like large groups of people all the time, but like my people, like I'm like, okay, this is, you know, I'm good with this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Obviously more introverted.
No, not you.
I think it depends on the situation.
Yeah.
Like in groups, like bigger groups, like if we were at dinner with 6 or more people than this, I'd probably feel more introverted for some reason. I don't know if it's like social anxiety, but when we get big groups, I feel like I don't do well for some reason.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But alright, I mean with y'all, I guess I'm more comfortable, so I guess I would say I'm more extroverted.
Right. See, yeah, same.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, bigger
Yeah.
groups, I don't feel like I do well.
Right.
I don't know
Like
why
I
it
think
is.
I prefer being like with my like closer friends than like an extended group of people. Like not that I don't enjoy that too, but like there's definitely times where I'm just like, ooh, I don't think I'm in the mood for, you know,
Lots of
like
humans.
crowds. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is going in, don't then what is your ultimate nightmare social situation?
Nightmare. Probably that like there's a snake infestation somewhere.
Oh my gosh, at my house.
Is this a social?
That's
Is this a
social?
No,
It's like, damn, where you going?
It's not a plate.
Yeah. I don't know.
Probably was something public speaking. Because
Yeah, that's a
I
good
feel like I don't know, like when I had to give my brother's best man speech, I felt like I was like, oh, I just need this to wrap up.
One of mine, like, at least this is not social, it's more with work, but because I work for a locality, like, I have to type public announcements
I
all the
gotcha.
time, and I'm terrified of typing pubic and not. It's not really social, but I'm like, it's like, because
You,
it's
like,
not gonna get
triple
typed.
check
Yeah,
it.
in like a spell check kind of format, because it's a word, so I'm like, oh,
Right.
here we go, a pubic release, like, that'd be great. Just like, with my name stamped all over it, but yeah. Not really social, but it's still good.
I would agree with the public speaking one. I hate that. But also, like, kind of the big groups and stuff. I always like, fuck, where am I going to sit? All right, guys, something else. No, I always immediately start thinking about that.
I think
Yeah.
about more of like where am I gonna park?
Oh.
I get a lot of like anxiety about where I'm
I
gonna
feel
park.
better about that. Like, you know,
No,
I don't care about
like,
parking. It's like me to walk
if we're
in.
like, oh, let's go to Roanoke tonight, like on the way there, I'm like, but are we gonna have a parking spot? Like, how far are we gonna have to
Are
be
we gonna have
from
enough gas in
where?
the
Well, if
car?
I've
We
never
only have
been-
100 miles.
If I've never been
Yeah,
to
that
a place,
too.
I think like that. If I've never been there before.
Yes.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think
Like somewhere
that.
you've never been.
That makes-
I
I
have
thought
like
about that
parking,
some
like a
fuck,
little
right?
parking
I was
anxiety.
like, "Oh, yes." But if I've been to Roanoke countless times.
Well, okay, that was just an example.
Yeah.
of,
Okay.
Like, not specifically
Right.
knowing. Or like, am I gonna have to parallel park, or is this gonna be like a good parking spot that I can just pull up into?
People look. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you had to be, you let me by extension then having to parallel park on a busy street when people
That's
on the
not
walking
That
street.
that makes me very
Very high
nervous.
pull.
Very. Okay. Final question. We'll call it right here.
Very high pull.
I think this would be a funny one. If there was a snail following you for the rest of your life,
A
A
snail.
snail.
Okay.
I
What
had
would
a
you name
pet
it?
snail
rest
last
of
year.
your life, and if you touched it, you would die. How long could you survive?
Forever. I want to touch it.
Why would
Why
do you know that
Why
you-
would I have to touch
Yeah,
it?
it's following you the rest of your life.
So you have to constantly be on the move and constantly be aware of it. and
Yeah.
constantly be like,
So like if you're sitting here and you know it's gonna be somewhere coming at you.
You get up to go pee in the middle of the night and like
Yeah.
the snail's
He's just
walking
waiting.
behind
I just
you.
imagine that he's like just chilling on my nightstand or whatever.
But
Like,
he's
I'm not
gonna
gonna-
walk
Following
with
you,
He's-
like,
I know, but I'm
And
not gonna
he's a-
roll
and he's
over.
a
Like
snail.
he's just gonna be right behind me. Like,
Yeah, but if
come
you
on,
go to
buddy.
the bathroom, it's gonna take him a while to get there, and then you're coming back out, pumped to get in bed, and like step on the snail.
I think
he-
I'd be fine.
Forever.
Forever.
Yeah.
Snail's never
Yeah,
gonna die.
I think I could
think
avoid
I-
it. I think I'd be fine.
I think I can make it a few months. I think that's about it.
Oh shoot.
I don't know.
I feel like I would try to figure out a way to be like, set up barricades and things like that. That it would take the snail a long time to go up and over. So it'd be like, all right, I have like
This amount of time.
10 hours before this, I would time the snail to figure out how long it would take to cover a distance. I'd be like, all right, I'm going to go to sleep. I know it's not going to like all of a sudden get super sprinty all of a sudden. The snail will be making leaps and bounds across shit and then sneak up on me. And kill me in
Imagine
sleep.
vacuuming. There's so many things you do on the daily that just like all of a sudden you might
Most
just
people
be
are just
there.
saying forever in the comments.
See,
Oh, no.
You just gotta be head on the
That's what
swivel,
I
just
said.
like, anything, I guess anything else. or-
forever.
Somebody
I
just
think-
said I put
think
salt
you would
on
just
it.
get used to it. Someone put what?
I
Put
guess
salt
on
on
it.
it.
if you get used to it, maybe.
Yeah, like you would just
I
get
like
used to
James's
knowing
idea.
that
You
it's
just
gonna
build, like,
be
Lego
there.
ramps, all Hot Wheels tracks all through your
So you
house.
essentially trying to like a doomsday prepper or only a single day prepper.
Yeah, I guess so.
What do you think, Chris? Do you think you keep it
I mean,
alive
yeah,
forever?
I mean,
See,
The snail,
6
the-
years, 7 months, 22 days, 7 hours. Somebody wrote that.
okay.
I don't know. I mean,
The snail has like a K-bar knife
I think I would.
in the picture, so
I think
you're,
I would
you're gonna
agree.
get stabbed apparently.
Yeah,
So
I think I would
it's
agree
death by
forever.
stabbing.
Cause like, oh, here it comes. Just, I mean, sorry, bro, just don't touch me. You know. That's gonna take 10
Because
days.
then it's
to
like
find
you
me
just
the living
like,
room.
oh, there it is, jump out of the way.
Yeah. Unless it's like a super snail.
Super snail.
Like a Barry Bonds snail that has like all kinds of steroids and stuff like that.
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
cool.
Or
We take it home on that. Very much.
Go get you one.
Woo!
Your
All
local
right.
pet store.
Well, thank y'all for doing this.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
y'all for
it's
being here.
Fun.
Love y'all.
100th podcast.
Love y'all.
Yep.
And
Love you.
yeah, that's all.
Family podcast.
Okay. Bye, people.
Bye.
Bye.